Okay, Year 7, just going to put on the next bit of work for this unit on measurement. And the next unit we're going to do, or the next exercise we're going to do, is perimeter. Now, I'm hoping that a lot of you covered this when you were in Year 6, but if you didn't, I'm going to go, you're going to find it pretty easy anyway. So first of all, we need to have a definition. So hopefully you've got your textbook and you've had a look here. And the perimeter of anything of a two-dimensional shape is the distance around the outside of a two-dimensional shape. And that's what we call perimeter. So somewhere in your notes, write that down. The perimeter is the distance around the outside of a two-dimensional shape. Now, most of the shapes we're going to do will be, in what they say here, rectilinear. That means in the form of a rectangle or with 90-degree angles. Now we know that that doesn't happen completely in real life all the time, but enough for us to work out the perimeter of these shapes, and later on we'll do some curved shapes. So let's have a look at the questions. And perimeter is pretty easy. We're going to skip questions 1 and 2. We're going straight to question 3. Now, this is pretty easy because all you have to do is add up. And if you add up the distance around the outside, and you've got a calculator to help you, you can't really get these wrong. So let's have a go at a couple of these. So the first one, and by the way, have your calculator ready. So this is all you have to write. So this is question 3A. Now remember, I've asked you to do all of these. So perimeter equals, and look at the first figure over here, this triangle. I just need all the distances added up. So I've got 3 plus 7 plus 5. Well, 3 and 7 is 10 plus 5, 15 centimetres. It's that easy. Add up all the distances. Now, you can use your calculator, and I would highly recommend doing that. You can try and do them in your head, but if you do them in your head, you might find that you might get some wrong. So double check. Every now and then, double check. Okay, the next one. Now, this is a rectilinear figure. It's got straight edges and things like that, 90 degrees, even though the first one was a triangle. So let's go 3B. See if you can do it before me. Perimeter equals, and just start at one point, start adding up. 6 plus 8. I like to go clockwise, so going 6, 8, 8, 10, 5. 6 plus 8 plus 10 plus 5. Now, I can do this in my head. 8 and 8 is 16, plus 6 is 22, plus 10 is 32, and I'm going to get 37. Check the units. It's measured in metres. And away you go. The next one. This is in kilometres. This is a really big rectangle. Now, what you need to understand is when you see the same symbol on sides of a shape like that, it indicates that they're equal. So that means that this is also 10. And over here we've got a 1 stroke here and a 1 stroke here. So this is also 5. So here we go. Perimeter equals 10 plus 10 plus 5 plus 5. And I know it's a bit of a hassle to write this out, but that line is the most important. Yeah, the answer is yes, the answer is important as well, but the line of working is terribly important. So 10 plus 10 is 20, plus another 10, 30. 30, and it was in kilometres. It's important to write your units. D. Oh, here we get a decimal, and we've got the same figures. So we know that that and that are the same, and that and that are the same. So my perimeter equals 1 plus 1 plus 0.2 plus 0.2. Well, 1 plus 1 is 2, and 0.2 plus 0.2 is 0.4, altogether 2.4, and we've got metres. Now, let's move on. I'm going to let E. Now, this is a triangle. I've got this symbol here, which indicates that that's also 10. See if you can do it before me. Perimeter equals 10 plus 10 plus the bottom length, 6. 10 plus 10 is 20, 6, 26, and we're in centimetres. Nothing really hard yet. F. This is a square. All the sides are equal, so it's 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 2.5 plus 2.5. Now, if you did 4 times 2.5, that's just as good. 2.5 plus 2.5 is 5, plus another 5, 10, and we're in centimetres. So they're all pretty easy because they were given to us. Next, we need to move on. And remember, only do the questions that are on the website. So we're doing 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. We're skipping 7. So let's have a look at 4. And now that I've already done those, I'm just going to create a bit of space for myself. So here we go. Now, there's a bit of a trick with these ones, all right? And I'm going to show you how to do it. It makes it so much easier. So here I go, 4A. So the temptation here is to try and find all the different measurements. So you've got this side, 10, that's easy. You got that, that's 4. You don't know that side. You know that's 7. You know that's 5. And you don't know this side down the bottom. Well, how do you find it? Well, you know that this distance here is 4, which is the same as that distance. So this distance down here is 4 plus 7, which is 11. Now, you can find this distance here, but I'm going to show you a way where you don't have to bother. All right? But that distance is going to be 10 minus this distance, 5. So that distance is going to be 5. But trust me, you don't need it, because watch what happens. Once you've got the bottom distance, remember you're just calculating the distance around the outside. So you need this line. Oh, that's 11. You need that line. That's 10. You need this line and this line, which is the same as that line. Imagine if it was all the way up here. We pushed it up there. Well, that's another 11. And you need this line and this line, which is the same as 10. Imagine if you'd pushed it along there. So you can move this line over to here, and you can move this line over to here, and then it's just a rectangle. And that's really easy because we know 10 and 10, which are this side and this side, plus 11 plus 11, which is this side and this side. And then it makes it really easy. So just push those different bits out. And 10 plus 10 is 20, plus 11 is 22, so 42. In what units? Centimetres. B, do exactly the same thing. Push this line over to here and this line over to here and make it a rectangle. And then you just go, oh, well, I've got 8 and 8, and this distance is 4 plus 5, so 9 and 9. So my perimeter is 8 plus 8 plus 9 plus 9. You could do it the other way and find out all the little measurements that are missing. Right? So find this side. You already got that side. Find this side. Find, but it's just so easy to push it out. So 8 plus 8 plus 9 plus 9. Well, 8 plus 8 is 16. 9 plus 9 is 18. 18 and 16, 34. And what units are we in? Meters. And let's double check that. I've got the answers on another computer here beside me to double check. And the answer to 4B, 34. C. Now again, I'm just going to push this to this side and push this to this side. And these two bits are going to go right to the top. So I'm going to make it, by pushing it out, a rectangle. Remember, you're just finding the distance, so it doesn't matter. So the perimeter, I've got 9 and this 9. So 9 plus 9. Plus, I need these two distances. Well, 3 plus 6, because that bit and that bit, gives me 9. So this is actually a square. 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. And 4 9's 36, and we're in kilometres. Okay, that is a really good trick, and it becomes important later on. Next question we're doing, 5, 6, 8, 9, 11. So 5. If they don't give you a diagram, draw it. So I need a square. Note, in a square, all sides are equal. So this is 2.1. You don't need to draw it if you know. 2.1 plus 2.1 plus 2.1 plus 2.1. Now I know that you can go 4 times 2.1, but I like to write it as adding, because later on when we find area, we do multiplying, and I don't want to confuse the two. So 2.1, I'm using my calculator, even though I can do it in my head so you can see. 2.1 plus 2.1 plus 2.1, 8.4. What units was it in? Centimetres. A rectangle. Okay. I like to draw it. And what do we got? The short side's 2.2 metres, and that side's 4.8 metres. Well, the perimeter is just going to be 4.8 plus the other 4.8 on the other side, plus 2.2 plus 2.2. Now, I could use my calculator, but I know 2.2 plus 4.8, well, that's going to equal 7. And then I'm going to have 2 7s, so it's going to be 14 metres. As I said again, use your calculator if you're having trouble. What question was that? 5B. And finally, 5C, an equilateral triangle. Now, if you haven't heard about an equilateral triangle, that's just a triangle where all sides are the same. So there's my equilateral triangle, and I indicate that all sides are the same with a little symbol there. Same symbol. And when you do that, you're saying that all the sides are the same, and they're 15.5. So 15.5. So the perimeter equals 15.5 plus 15.5 plus 15.5. Now I can do that in my head because 3 15s are 45 plus another 1.5, so 46.5. But let's use our calculator, and you got 15.5 plus 15.5 plus 15.5. And there we go, 46.5. And what were the units? millimetres. So far, none of this has been hard. Hopefully you're doing these yourself and not just copying from me. Now we're going to get hard. So I'm going to let you do 6 on your own. You should be able to have a go at that. It's just a rectangle, all right? And then once you find the perimeter, you have to multiply by 25 to find the cost. What I want to do is I want to get to questions 8, 9, 11 and 12 because I don't want to do them all for you. I want you to have a go. So let's have a look at question 8. Now question 8 looks really difficult. I want you to have a go at it. Oops. And if you use the technique that I showed you earlier, it is so easy. So what I want you to imagine is that you pushed all these bits, these vertical bits, over to the end. And then you pushed all these horizontal bits over to here, and you get a rectangle. It's so easy now, because remember, you're just going the distance. So it's going to be 15 plus 15 plus 20 plus 20. So the perimeter on the first one is 15 plus 15 plus, what was the other one? 20 plus 20. Well, 20 plus 20 is 40. 15 plus 15 is 30. 30 and 40 is 70. And my units are millimetres. Now, 8B, a little bit different. Be careful. Go and have a go at it yourself. See how you go. Now, I'm going to do it. So hopefully you stop the video and you're going to do it yourself. Now, again, you can find all these bits in here if you want, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to push this bit to there and this bit to there. So I'm going to have 18 and 18 up here, 10 there and 10 over here, but I can't forget these 4 extra vertical bits, which are all 4. I can't forget those. So when I push these horizontal bits, when I push these horizontal bits up to there, that's okay, but I can't forget these 4 vertical bits. So here we go. So what have I got? My perimeter. Well, it's the rectangle, which was 10 plus 10 plus 18 plus 18. Plus I have those 4 vertical bits. Now they've indicated that they're all the same by showing that symbol. So they're all 4 centimetres. Now I could go 4 times 4, but as I said, I don't want to confuse it with area later on. So 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. Okay, 10 plus 10 is 20. 18 plus 18 is 36. So 20 plus 36 is 56. Plus I've got 4 4s here, which is 16. 56 plus 16, 72 centimetres. Now, I've done that all in my head. Please use your calculator. I've got the answers. I know I'm right. Right. 9. Now, again, you have to be careful because they've been a bit tricky here. They've written different units. So 9A. What you must do is put them all in centimetres. So we have to do some conversions. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to convert all the units. Oh, don't you disappear on me. All the units, and it did. It took me right back to the beginning of this. All the units to centimetres. So let's try that again. So I have to make everything in centimetres. That's okay. That's already in centimetres. Here, millimetres to centimetres, I have to divide by 10, and I get 16.8 centimetres. Here, this is in metres. I have to times by 100. Now remember, use your calculator, but that's 38 centimetres. This is in millimetres, so I have to divide by 10, which gives me 27.1. Here, this is in metres, times by 100. So that's 104 centimetres. All these units are now in centimetres. That's in millimetres. I've got to divide by 10. So that's 43 centimetres. Once I've got everything in centimetres, now it's easy and I can add them up. So 9A. I've got 7.1 plus 16.8 plus 16.8. How do I know that was the same? Because it's got the symbol on it. Look here and here. Those two sides are the same. And then I go to my calculator. 7.1 plus 16.8 plus 16.8. 40.7. And everything's in centimetres. 9B. Again, I've got centimetres down here, but I'm going to push all of these vertical bits down to there. I'm going to push all of these horizontal bits down to there, and I'm going to get a rectangle. So it's just the two sides added together. So the perimeter equals 38 centimetres for the right-hand side, and now the left-hand side. And at the top, I've got 27.1 centimetres. So 27.1 plus 27.1. And I get my calculator out again. 38 plus 38 plus 27.1 plus 27.1. 130.2. And we're all in centimetres, so that's okay. The last one, well, it's really easy. Now, that is a quadrilateral. It sort of looks like a triangle, but it still only has four sides, and all the sides, well, these two sides are the same, and these two sides are the same. So I just need to add up all of those. So 9C, the perimeter equals 104, because it's in centimetres. See how I've got that 104 written there? Plus 104, because there's two of them, plus 43, it's up the top, plus 43. Again, I'm going to use my calculator. 104 plus 104 plus 43 plus 43, and 294 centimetres. Okay, if you got that far, that's good enough for me. You can stop there, but if you want a bit of a challenge, let's go and have a look at 11 and 12. Now, I'm only going to do one from 11, and then I want you to have a go at 12. So 11, and I'm going to take 11A. I might even do 11A and B. Well, what have we got here? The perimeter equals 2 plus 4 plus something else that we don't know. But they tell me that the perimeter is 11, and 2 plus 4 is 6. I wonder what number I have to add there to make that 11. And if you go, 5, you'd be right. Some smart people might even go, 11 minus 6 equals 5, and get their answer that way. If I look at B, 11B, and by the way, we haven't done equations yet. We were meant to do it, but we haven't. The perimeter equals all four sides. Something plus something plus something plus something. So all four numbers. And I'm told the perimeter is 20. I wonder what number multiply or added to itself 4 times. Well, if I do 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, that only gives me 12. That's not enough. Imagine if I did 4. 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, that's 16. That's not enough. But imagine if I did 5. 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, that gives me 20. Or some smart people might have gone 20 divided by how many things are there? 4. And got 5. You see if you can do the last one on your own. It's very similar, all right? And question 12, that's a bit of a challenge. Good luck with those.